Hey guys, Simon Giselian again. You haven't heard from me for ages, and then all of a sudden there's 2 videos in 2 days. Anyway, such is life at the moment because there's so much going on, and I feel that we're coming to a confluence point, and I'm finding myself very much being like the voice of reason for a lot of things because I'm just merely stating what is blindingly obvious, and just fulfilling it, with a few facts as well. And I've got to talk about this Olympic boxing thing because it's just getting out of control. This whole woke agenda, basically trying to tell us what we're plainly seeing is wrong. Now, as you know, I used to run a charity that rescues kids from sex slavery. And it's been one of my passions to always stand up, as any warrior would do, and having spent 20 years in special forces, you're constantly looking to protect those who cannot protect themselves. And most of the time that is children, women and animals. And I won't tolerate any type of violence against any of those categories. Men, they can look after themselves, they can, play with their bullshit and do their ego, whatever they want to do. But when there is a plain discrepancy in sheer power, which we know, we see it in nature, okay? Look at the difference between a male lion and a female lion, a male dog and a female dog. This is not some ideological argument, it's just natural, which means that it's real. Now, all of this stuff about allowing biological men to be involved in women's sports just because they feel like a woman, well, that doesn't cut it because there is a safety issue. It's not just about whether we're trying to be inclusive, whether we're trying to be kind, whether we're trying to be compassionate. It's an actual safety issue. And women all over, and girls especially, are being injured in women's sports. Now, women have fought really since probably for 2,000 years, right? Since the subjugation of the pagans by the Catholic Church. That's where it all started. And women have fought tooth and nail throughout history to try and get even some semblance of fairness. Look at the voting rights. Women once upon a time weren't able to vote. They weren't able to open bank accounts. Still in a lot of the world, women have no rights whatsoever. You look at all of the Islamic world, all of it, most of China, a lot of Russia, they just do not have the same rights as we enjoy and take for granted in the West. Now, I understand that this boxer is an anomaly, okay? So apparently is intersex. And some of those intersex people are born with both sets of genitalia, yeah? I call them hermaphrodites. I mean, this is nothing new, but it's an anomaly. It is something that cannot be helped. But if you have XY chromosomes, you are biologically a male, and there is just not even an argument about it. So your feelings don't really count at that point in time. If an EMT turns up and you've had a car accident and they know how many ribs you've got and they know by the look of your pelvis whether you're a male or a female, you saying that you're a female when you're a male could actually put you in jeopardy, okay? Because you're not going to get the same degree of care. Now, I saw the boxing bout. It was so just out of kilter. I mean, it just looked bad. The optics were bad. And given that this boxer had been banned only a year before because of the XY chromosomes, I think it was a really, really bad decision on the part of the Olympic Committee to actually overrule what the International Boxing Organization, which regulates this worldwide, they should be the arbiters of this. But no, the Olympic Committee have an agenda. We've seen this. They wanted to have the most woke, progressive, green Olympics. That is part of their mission statement. And I think it's really, really backfired. So we're seeing this also in America with Title IX. The women spent aeons trying to get fairness in sports, and Title IX gave them that and said you cannot discriminate. Women are entitled to their own sports. And now the goalposts are being changed by these ideological monsters that want to now redefine what is a woman, and they cannot define what is a woman, which I find is totally ironic, given that this Olympics is placed in France, and in France everything is gender. Okay, a knife and a fork are male, a cup is female, and if you don't know that, and you can't speak the language, they have le, la, and le. The Germans have der, die, and das, male, female, and neutral. They recognize that there are three aspects to this. So you're either masculine or you're feminine, or there is a neutral element. Now, if that is the case, and we want to push for this real inclusivity, then have a neutral category, an open category, that both males and females, whatever they feel like on the day, can actually just go in if they so wish. And you know, it would need to be regulated on a safety basis, but the only reason we're seeing this is a one-way street, right? We're not seeing a lot of women trying to take part in men's sports. Why? Because it's logical. They would get hurt, very badly hurt. It's only a one-way street. We're seeing mediocre men suddenly changing their mind and then becoming champion women. And this cannot be allowed to stand. It can't be allowed to stand in our schools. It can't be allowed to stand restricting women from sponsorships, restricting women from scholarships. Essentially, you're putting women back 2,000 years. Now, I want to know, where are the feminists? Where are the women that actually stood up for Title IX, stood up all the way through to get women what they justly deserve in this society, what they justly deserve? Where are they? They're not championing women. Women have been totally betrayed by their own type. And it's so unfortunate. And I really hope that common sense prevails, that the women begin to stand up for the generation of girls that are coming after them, so that they too can actually enjoy the benefits of actually being a woman. And as a man, a true man, I want to see that, because I can only be a true man if there is a true woman to support me. This is Simon Truzelian. Out to you.